details. Laura.
Yes, young Latinos and blacks have the lowest rate for getting the COVID-19 vaccine. As you can imagine, public health officials are very worried about this. So there's a full court press to get the word out that vaccines are safe and essential to our health.
I would rather get COVID again than to get that vaccine.
34-year-old Miguel Velasquez is firmly entrenched in his position. Even though he and his wife and 2 young daughters already had COVID-19, the family will not be getting vaccinated.
They're taking bits and pieces of our freedom, and now they're going to force this vaccine on us. Oh, you want your kids to go to school, you got to force the vaccine.
And the Velasquez family is not alone. Young people of color lagging behind on getting vaccinated in LA County. Only 18% of black men and 20% of black women between the ages of 16 and 29 have received at least 1 dose of the vaccine. Numbers are similar for Latinos. 24% of men, 31% of women in that same demographic getting at least 1 dose. Outside of Adventist Health White Memorial, Assemblyman Miguel Santiago got his 2nd dose.
It's over! I can feel it! Yeah!
And urged others to do the same. Do it for your mom, your mamá.
A todas las madres, yo les aconsejo que se pongan la segunda y no esperen más.
Some people hesitant over the safety of the vaccine, others too afraid to miss work to get the vaccine. Mayor Eric Garcetti pushing mobile vaccine sites known as MOVE. Most of these doses going to people of color, an average of 1,500 doses a day. Public health officials sense urgency.
The lowest rates are among young black and Latinx men and women. And it's among the 16 to 29-year-olds that we have the most work to do.
Important to note that so far, California schools are not requiring young students to get the COVID vaccine. It's not on that list where they require you to go back to school to get it. But also, in the same breath, I should tell you that UC and California State Universities, they are looking at requiring it in the fall, but only after the vaccine gets FDA approval. In downtown Los Angeles, Laura Diaz for Fox 11, now back to the studio.
So, Laura, the gentleman you talked to who had COVID, his family had COVID, he doesn't want to get the vaccine. What's his main reason why he doesn't want to get the vaccine? What is he concerned about?
Well, he felt on some level that people were not looking out for his best interests. You know, people are questioning the science, whether it's valid, whether they can trust it. And he feels they already had COVID. They made it through that. He said no one got very sick except for his wife. She was down for more than a week. But he said for the most part, it felt more like the flu or a cold. So he's willing to take his chances.
Yeah, of course, it's different for every person. Yeah. Health experts say that you can get COVID twice, and sometimes it can be a lot worse that 2nd time as well.
Thank you, Laura. And of course, Alex, you do wonder, do you give it to somebody else who might not fare as well with it, like a relative?